Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So thought I might just show you, give you a good shot of the charger before I start cutting it up. So come check it out. All the front's been stoved in. This is all bowed up. There's a bit of a crease here. Rust, there's a lot of rust in this. So this side's all, the whole front there's just got to be replaced. There's rust in all these spots. Look at this recorder. That is, don't know what happened there, but something bad, I'd say. So yeah, that is going to be my first job, to tackle that recorder. Look at this all creased up. Jeez. So yeah, rust along the bottom there. Floor's not bad, but someone's cut it up for some reason. Don't know why. That part of the floor's alright. The gutter around the boot isn't too bad, except it's missing the back here, so I've got to manufacture that. Bit of rust here in the joint here. That's not too bad. It's displaced a bit, so the roof's obviously been shunted over. Bit more rust there. So floors, we've got Flintstone style floor in here. Put your feet through it. That's all creased up because that's all been pushed in, all that tunnel. That's bent down. This is all bowed up. Yeah, pretty buggered. So there's a lot of rust that's going to need attention, but the big things I've got sorted. So just quickly before I start cutting up, I got this front here off of a donor car. I've already manufactured, although I know it's a bit rough. I was going to do it just without the vent, and then I thought, oh, I'll just cut that out and put it in, and now I'm thinking maybe not, maybe I will make it flat, we'll see. So this one's not too bad, still got a little bit of rust. I've cut the bottom out of that to fit my aluminium radiator in, which is over there. Oh, by the way, I am renovating my house as well, but I think I'm going to be focused on this charger for a while till I get things moving along. I haven't got a shed to put it in right now. That's one of the jobs for my renovations, to build a new shed and a carport here. So yeah, I'll be chopping and changing. I've got a renovation channel as well, 4th generation renovation, if you want to see what's going on around here, but probably not if you're interested in cars. So yeah, this one's all quite good. It's got the cross member. There's my motor, all built. I'll show you some pictures of it up here. Yeah, that's sitting there nice and safe. I've got my donor ute body for the floors. So I've got the rear part of the floor here. So you can see that's all pretty good. Maybe a little bit of surface rust in spots, but I'll clean all that up and that should be good. I've got driver's side, passenger side rear quarter off the ute, which I could use if I need to, but this rear quarters I think is good enough. Obviously I've got the other rear quarter off the ute, and because the ute's longer I can cut it up and fit it on there. It's going to go in there no problems. What else? That's probably about it. So I'm going to do that rear quarter, get that sort of starting to look good hopefully, and the next job I'll do will probably be to fit that onto here. I am thinking about keeping these A-pillars, even though there's a bit of rust in them, because they are a different shape on the sedans and utes, wagons, whatever. They're all different. Charger's got a different one because of this rubber here, because it's a frameless door. So yeah, I'm thinking about using that and just repairing this rust if it's not too bad. We'll see, because that way I've got this little bit, this corner here, which you can see I haven't done yet down here. I've still got a bit more work to do with the seat for the rubber, but I've got it somewhere near. I've just got to like put this lip here basically. Now I can copy this because I wasn't sure what it had to have, so I got that. yeah, so to be honest, I'm not quite sure where to start. It's a little bit overwhelming. There's so much damaged shit on this car, but I'll just start bit by bit. Because the roof's been shunted over a little bit, it's probably not that necessary to brace it all up. Once I get the front on, then I can start getting some measurements and making that all work, making sure everything's square. That's the most important bit when I do get to that point, making sure everything's square and the windows are all going to fit, doors are going to fit, everything's going to be straight and nice. So that's the aim. Stay tuned and we'll see how we go. I should just mention, the reason I'm starting with the rear quarter is this. This all needs straightening out, and I've got to get that set in the right place. So then I'm able to get some measurements for the door and like the roof and all that. So it all doesn't look too bad. It's not rusted out, it's just been bent. So if I start cutting away the skin here, I'll be able to expose all of this bit and then start tapping that in, get the old hammer and dolly out and see what I can make of it. I'm pretty sure I can make that right. I'm going to leave that door pin on there as a reference point, and yeah, so I might just get in, cut that rear quarter off, and yeah, have some fun. So after having a little bit more of a look at it, what I'm thinking about doing is cutting it along the body line. So you can see the body line that runs along here, gets a bit creased there and whatever. That above that isn't too bad, as long as I can sort of make that right. Then that gives me a point to go from there down. So I might cut along that line and remove everything else. G'day guys, so welcome to my first video. I'm bringing this Charger back to life. I'm not new to YouTube, but I am new to making car videos, so don't forget to leave a comment on my videos and let me know, you know, if you found it interesting or what I could do to make it more interesting, or you know, what you want to see on the channel, and I'll do my best to you know, make it happen. So you may have guessed, I'm not a professional. I've worked on cars for a lot of years, but not non-stop. So yeah, I've had projects over the years. This is my most extensive project so far, with all the fabrication work that's going to need doing. So I don't have any professional tools, the hammer and dolly and a steel table. That is pretty much it. So yeah, you'll see me sort of creating some pretty check this car out. I mean, it's been in a pretty big smash, and it's got a lot of rust. So look at that bottom panel. I don't know what you call that one below the bumper bar, how beaten up that is. Obviously that rear quarter, so it's I don't know, it's hit something pretty heavily head on, and then I'm guessing it spun around and hit the rear quarter and smashed this corner up as well. So yeah, bit of work to be done. I mean, there's plenty of work for just the rust, let alone the accident damage. But I mean, actually the repairs to the damage hasn't taken me too much time. So here I'm just getting a actual shape of the rear quarter for that top curve to make sure that's correct, because it's off of a ute. And I'm also getting a position of the wheel arch, and then I've got to trim this ute rear quarter to length. So I thought, what better way than to just mirror it off of the good one and trim it up and yeah, throw it on the other side. So I have cut a little bit too big a curve on this panel. You can just see there where my hand is, it's just diving down a bit. So I was making a Charger out of a ute, but the wheelbase is too long on a ute. It just wasn't going to work. I had parts to make it. I had the doors, I had the roof, I had rear deck. Yeah, and I thought, yeah, I can do this, but just it wasn't going to look right. The wheels were way too far back. So anyway, I've got a whole heap of spare parts. As it turns out, I'm using so much of this ute to repair this car. You know, I've got the floors. I'm actually using the bonnet, the guards. Yeah, obviously this rear quarter. Did I say the floors? Yeah, the floors, of course. Yeah, and the diff. I'm using the diff because this car didn't come with the diff. So yeah. So anyway, I'm screwing this panel on to test fit it. So I've just screwed a strip on the inside of that top piece, and now I'm just putting some tack screws into this to just check to see if I'm, you know, on the right path. And as it turns out, it was pretty good, straight up. So, but I did do some adjustments second time I put it on. So yeah, I had to trim the inner guard a bit and put some tabs there to pull that back into position, and I had to cut some more bits off of the old body to allow that to sit back where it needed to go. But it's a relatively easy job, and it was quite enjoyable to get that rear quarter fixed up in a day's work, to the point where it looked right and I could sit back and go, yeah, I'm on the right path. Yeah, made it look like a car again. Alright guys, so I'm going pretty good with test fitting this ute rear quarter onto the Charger, and I've just worked out another one of the body lines. I'll show you. So the ute comes straight along here as it does on the top. So what I've worked out, there's an inch that here has to come up. So I'm going to cut this down, do a little pie cut, and I'm going to bring this up and weld that back on, and that will make that correct. And then what I'm going to do under here, where I've cut the inner guard out, I'm going to put some tabs on there that are maybe 100mm long, that I can then screw into the existing inner guard, and I can sort of work the lines out, and then when I get my rotisserie I can flip it over and I can weld all the bits in to make that whole again. So yeah, I'll get in and do that, and we'll have another test fit. So I just worked out where I need to trim this this ute rear quarter to make it into a charger one. Trim it up and then doing some welding on it. Yeah, and you know, bit by bit it's gonna all take shape. So this is pretty much what you're going to see throughout all of my videos. I will be posting at least weekly, but maybe, you know, once I get really rolling, twice a week. I have got about 6 or 7 lots of videos to make some sets of clips to make up about 7 videos for you. So yeah, I'll continue doing the work, so I'll have plenty of content, and yeah, we'll see this old rusty dog come back to life. So don't forget to subscribe. I don't need to say if you're not, because at this point in time I have no subscribers. So do me a favour, if you want to see, you know, more of this, definitely hit that subscribe button. You can always unsubscribe if you want, or you can always just not watch the videos. But if you would subscribe, that would be awesome. Get the ball rolling. And I'll see you in another video next week where we tackle another big job. So until then, you take care, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys. Well, that's going to about do me for the day. Half day it was, and I achieved some pretty cool stuff. I'll take you around and show you. Pretty knackered. It takes it out of you doing a bit of hammering and dollying and all that, but check this out. So I've got tabs in here that are for spacing that out correctly, so I've still got to position this a bit, cut some waste out of there and move that in. I've got to add a piece in here because this is where I started to shape the ute. The ute's a whole nother story. I started to make a charger out of a ute, then realised no good, the wheelbase is too long and couldn't do it, so thus why I picked up this wreck. So obviously love cutting and shutting things, but yeah, so that was where I didn't quite get the angle right, so I'll weld a little piece in there to join that up. This still needs straightening along this line, but I've just got it screwed in there to see how it looks and then see what I need to do with the next step. The door kind of fits, which is cool. You can see the inner skin here. So tomorrow I'm going to make up a joiner piece, a little angle to put in there, weld those two pieces together, and that'll join that up. Even though this has been hit, that door, the door spacing is actually pretty good. So I'm having a bit of luck here, I think. Can't get the other door in because I'm in the middle of taking the glass out of it and it's heavy as hell, but this is the focus at the moment, just to get this rear quarter set in place. Then we'll be starting to take the front off it, so that'll probably happen tomorrow. So stay tuned, and we'll get another video out to you in repairing this old bucket. Just before I go, check this out. Put the lights in the bumper bar and makes it look much better. That's the kind of stupid shit I do just to give me a bit of motivation to go, yeah, looking great. Alright, see you guys.